Just give
Yes,
me a confirmation.
yes, yes.
All right, so let's just look at this from a higher time frame analysis first. Why we are involving in this particular area. So let's just move to our daily chart. As you can, let me just open another. All right, so here, this is my original chart. We'll come back to this. Here, when price was making this move, we had a zone like this. This was a zone that we could have looked for sale. Why are we considering this as a zone, not a liquidity? This is very important, okay? Why this was acting as a zone for us to sell, but not a liquidity where price would target? Because of this. So we had a break of this structure. BMS, break market structure, BOS, break of structure, all the same. So here this move broke the structure here. As soon as this move broke this structure, our bias is that if price comes up, this is a protected order block, a bearish order block where we could look for a potential sale. But as you can see, I could have taken this whole block as an order block. This is also valid, and this is also valid. That's one way of refining the order block, because like I have mentioned in my previous videos, what you can do is you can just take 50% of that order block and you can expect price to tap into those areas. So that was the expectation, and hence I just use this wick. So the main reason that we are looking for a sale here is because this was a protected order block, and this move right here, it just crossed this. So this is what that concerns me right now. Why? Because it can be either a grab of liquidity, or this may actually be the break of structure. And if this is the break of structure, what can we expect? Where is our next area that we can target? Right here. This is our next area that we will be targeting. Of course, price may just do somewhat like this. And why I'm saying it is possible, because today is NFP, and you know, in NFP price can move crazy 100 200 pips within a minute. So it's possible that it may move up to here, or it may move down. Even if it's moved down, where we can spec certain buys today in NFP. So all right, we'll discuss that a little bit in the section. First, let me show you the trades that I took around here. So this is this area. So let's get down to like 15 minutes. This area is this zone right here, this area. So what happened here was, oh, sorry. Let me just remove all of these structures. These are my entry confirmations. This is reserved for the private mentorship that I'll be doing, but I'll just explain you why I took that certain uh, trades here. So what happened was, We tapped into this area already. We tapped into this area, and if we took the 50% of this zone, it will be somewhere here. We haven't exactly reached that area. You can see if we take the 50%, it's somewhere here. We have not touched the 50% mark. So what do you see here? We can say that this is kind of a very ugly wyckoff. You can say this is the buying climax, automatic rally, ST, and then whatever price is making there, UTAT, UT or UTAT, and then we give the test and we give the breakdown of this structure right here. And I believe this is the trade I sent you out on the 5-minute chart. I sent you this and said if it does break and moves up, we can sail on the retrace. I'll just show you where I set out. Remember this zone I gave you? I sent you out this. If this breaks out on the retrace, we can sell from here. You guys know, right? Remember, right? All right. So, guys, it's okay. You can respond, okay? You can just respond. If you encountered that, then that's fine. If you didn't, then that's also fine. But knowing that you're there, that's more better for me for explaining.
Okay.
So the reason, yes, yes, please. So the reason we are looking for a sale from here is because we have a break of structure here, and on the retrace on this block particularly, and even this we could have considered, but price did reversed from here. So this was the first sale that we had. And let's see if we ever got a confirmation here. Let's move to 15 seconds. So this is the area that we took the sale. And if you can see, this is again a kind of a distribution, wyckoff distribution, but very ugly one. You can say this is the buying climax, automatic rally, ST, UT, UTAT, and then the breakdown. And there's no way, if we would have waited for the retrace for sale, there's no way we could have involved in this. But if you had a sell stop on the break of this, then you would have catch this move. So this was the trade that I give out. This is the reason that we took that sale here. So let's say that you did not catch this. And when price is coming here, what are you expecting? You are expecting that price may move up somewhere here and then dropped. Why moving up? Because you see, there's lots of imbalance from here to here that we need to fill. And also where this is reversing from this order block right here. We have a very nice order block right here, which has never been priced, never came to this order block. So it's possible that it will give some buying opportunity here. So that is why I took a buy trade here, and I'll show you that buy trade. Let's move down to 15 seconds again. All right, so here, let me just remove these things. Those boxes are my entry criteria. So what happened to this area? Why I was involved here? You could say this is the selling climax, automatic rally, ST, STB, and then the spring. Or this could be the selling climax, automatic rally, ST, somewhere STB, spring, and this move break the structure here. You can see this move break the structure here from here. So on the retrace of this block, you can already anticipate a buy right here. Again, you will need to move even into 1 second for a confirmation here. So you could have engaged yourself here, or you could have wait for this structure to break or this to break, and then on the retrace we could have engaged ourselves. So that entry confirmation is something else that we will not be discussing here, but the idea, the bias of buying this was because of the imbalance that was left here. Even on the small time frame on 15 seconds, you see imbalance here, here, imbalance here. So price could come all the way here. So since on the 5-minute chart, we already had a break of structure here. We are on our area of interest, point of interest, and price is already giving this break. So our anticipation is that on from this reverse to here, we will look for a sale. So that is the sale that I give out here. And why I was very aggressive in putting BE on this is because of this. This move never came to our area of interest with that we marked out on a 5-minute time frame. It did not touch here. So when we finally have a break of structure, as you can see here, buying climax, automatic rally ST, sign of weakness, UT or UTAT, and then we have the first breakdown here, break of structure. So you could have involved on this, you could have involved on, we had a break of structure here also. So you could have involved on this. So that's how I involved myself in the early sales on here. That's why I was able to make a BE. If you would have involved here, then it was very possible that you could have gotten out at stop loss. And why are we targeting this as our partial area? Because this move is that 5-minute, that huge sell-off. So this became a liquidity to us. This became a target. So we were expecting just below this as our partial or moving to BE. But being NFP and we have not reached our area, so I was very aggressive in putting BE right here. So this became all liquidities where price would have targeted. So what happened here? We never got our our target. It never ran. But if you would have involved yourself from somewhere here, which I did, and I got out at BE and I booked 1 or 2, and this was not a good trade at all. But our bias was fine. Just because the trade did not play out, it does not mean that we were wrong. It is just that we cannot predict the market where it's going to move. It's fine as long as you stick to your rules. Your ads will play out. So maybe some took a stop loss here, maybe some took a BE, but the point that our bias, right from selling here to buying here and then selling here, it was all fine. It's all lined up with our bias. So now we were supposed to look for a sale from this area, and by this time I was out of my system, but I was still looking at my chart on the phone. And what happened? So this does not matter anymore, these zones. Let me just remove these things. Does not matter anymore. So this zone is what? Is that 5-minute zone where we were gonna look for our sale. But as you can see, did we have any opportunity? Buying climax, automatic rally ST, sign of weakness, and then while giving up UT or UTAT, it just broke our zones. So we never had a chance to even place a sale order here. That is why I say Just because you have a very fine, very nicely refined order block, it does not mean that you should buy or sell. And that is where our confirmation comes in, and that is either with Wyckoff or the boxes that I do. So Wyckoff that I'm sharing here, boxes is reserved for the private mentorship. So here we never got our chances to involve. That is why a little bit of patience, a little bit of waiting, it's always safer on our side. Just because you involved here, and let's say that just price moved down like that, it does not mean that you will have a better RR. If you would have waited for the price to play out, just like you waited here, you did not sell from here. We waited for this to break the structure. And then when it came to our zone, then we had a Wyckoff distribution here on a lower time frame, then we involved. That's how we wait for confirmation. Same thing, we could have waited. Yes, we did wait it, we did not get. And once it broke, even though it was a confirmation or whatever it is, we are not interested anymore. Why? Because everywhere is Wyckoff. Here is distribution here, accumulation here, accumulation here, distribution here, accumulation. Everywhere is Wyckoff. Every candle is order block. We cannot involve in every order block and every Wyckoff. That we won't have an edge in the market. So once it broke this structure and it just moves up on a 5-minute chart, I sent you out this structure. If price do this, we buy on this zone somewhere here, and that's exactly what is happening. I would have wanted price to first reach or grab a liquidity and then come down for the buy, but it did not. That's fine. So this order block does not matter to us anymore. So I'll just remove this also. So let me remove this as well. So that didn't happen, but still our bias stands. We would have been looking for a buy somewhere from this order block, targeting not targeting this high. Why are we targeting this high? Again, on the daily chart, we already saw that price is not moving down. It already broke our sale. When it hit our stop loss, it's already invalidated our protected high, our protected OB. That means it became liquidity. So this became a liquidity now. We're sure that this is a not a protected high anymore, rather a liquidity that price is targeting. So on this, our our buy that we could have taken from here, our first target was this, and then moving up, our target is this. This is the daily order block that I marked earlier. All right, guys. So this is just a real detailed breakdown of the trade that we had here that we took. All the buys and sells, all on this. We can say resistance area or the order block area. Even here, we took a buy, sell, and even here, we were looking for a buy. We did not get to this block, so I did not involve. But that is how you build your bias. It does not matter where the price is, whether it is at a near an order block or as a resistance. You can buy and sell anywhere. That I have been telling you from the beginning. You can involve anywhere and buy and sell. And I will be posting a video on buying or selling on the break of structure, which is very important strategy. I will be putting that out. So this was basically what was happening, and NFP is what in like 1 hour. So let's just discuss a bit about that. I don't have much idea about this because I do not trade news, but the expectation is that what is the pips from here to here? So it's about 100 pips, 90 pips. Let's call it 100. So we know that price moves about 100, 200 within the first 5 minutes. So what you can do is you can be looking for a sale here, right here on this zone, right here, and stop loss somewhere above here. and then you can involve yourself for a sale position here. And if price moves down, this is the area where you can be involving yourself. So this became a liquidity, right? So let me just mark this. This is a liquidity, by the way, which we have already grabbed. So if price comes down here, so this would be like what? This must be a huge 175 pips. That's all right. Whatever the news is, whichever direction the market is going, we wait for 5, 10, 15 minutes. Within that, if price comes to this, we look for a sale. And if it comes down to this, we look for a buy. So why am I marking here? Because this itself is an order block. I'll show you this, but why am I marking here? Because you have a wick here. From this area to this area is an imbalance. Price may very well reverse from here to some extent, or it may come all the way to this order block. So this, how this is an order block, let me just move to either 4 or 1 right there. So how do we take this order block? The last down move before an up move. So basically this would be the order block right from here, just this candle, but you should also include the wick, because a wick in itself is an order block. And if you take that 50% rule that I've said, from here to here, right there, that wick became the order block itself. So for now, with NFP coming up, we don't have any strategy left. It's better to stay away right now. If you're super crazy, you can involve yourself in a trade right here, but that would be on a seconds time frame. We can wait for price to play out like this. So what do we see here? Considering that this was a liquidity grab of this, buying climax, automatic rally, ST, we have UT here, UTAD here. Okay, do you guys want me to mark the Wyckoff right here so that you can understand, or you're fine just me saying?
You can mark it, please.
So buying climax. So why are we still looking for a sale here? Because even though it broke our structure here, this is very likely that this is a liquidity grab as of now, because we have a huge news, and price may just start moving up just like that, or moving down. We don't know, or price may consolidate here. But this is not a financial advice. You're not. I'm not asking you to take a sale position if we get here right one. That would depend on your own choice. So this would be our buying climax, automatic rally, our secondary test. This can be our sign of weakness, or as it is. We don't need to mark. And you could argue that this is the upthrust, and this is the UTAP. So again, guys, this already broke our structure here. So we should not be involving like this on other times. This is just to show you, just to mark how it is. And this would have left an order block here, something like this, right? As you can see. So this is our test, and where it is going from our order block here. A wick in itself is an order block, as I've always said. This, if you move to like smaller time frame, now you see where is the order block. Now you see where, okay, this was the order block. If we took that 50% rule from here to here, so price was targeting this 50%, as you can see here. So let's just move back to 1 minute. So what do we see here? First, we see a break of structure. We have our first break of structure here. This move, if it would have break this structure, that would have been very nice, but it did not. But that's fine. Why? Because this move broke the structure here. If you see in the 15-second chart, this move down break the structure here, broke the structure here. So this is why I say, guys, time is fractal in nature. What's happening in 1 hour, it can happen in 1 minute. The time exists not for the purpose of seeing the time, but to see the orders, where liquidity lies, where orders lies. That's how we use multi-time frame analysis. So maybe about time frame analysis, I will put up a video again sometime later down the line. So let's see, we have a break of structure. So since we have a break of structure, what are we expecting? Yeah, we are expecting, so it would be good if it breaks this. Oh, it's already broken, right? So it has given this break also right here. Expectation is that as long as this move break the structure here and even here, we are expecting a pullback. And it's not necessary that price will always pull back, but we can expect a pullback if it gives a pullback order block. If it does gives a pullback. So first we will be looking at the swing highs. So the last move, this is the first area we would be looking for. And also we have another here. Maybe this week or even this whole candle. So why I did not take this candle? Why I did not take this candle? Because this candle became an order block when this candle moved past its low. This candle became validated when this candle moved down below this, and hence this is an order block now. But you see, this candle came and almost 50% of this order block, it's already wicked. It's already been, this is called mitigation. This candle, this order block is already mitigated here. So when you go this dip into your analysis, why do you need candlestick patterns? Why do you need, okay, this is a black air, what is that? Black crow, or something like that, 3 candles pattern, and then inside bar, outside bar. Why do you need all of that? No, we don't need to bother ourselves with learning hundreds and hundreds of patterns. It's all just going to confuse you learning all that. So this candle already wicked this order block. So price may very well come here, but it's very unlikely. See the next candle again, this wicked here. This candle, however, this became an order block when this candle moved below this low, and this candle hardly came to its area. So this is a very fine area where we can look for our entry, our sell entry. Why are we looking for sale? Because it's already broke the structures. And where can we target? So if you are entering here, you should also know that price may very well come to this order block, because this is still valid until and unless price broke this high. We are still valid for sales. So price may come here and then go, or it may come here and then go. This is why we need to confirm our entry. We cannot just sell here or here. What if you waited for this and price drops from here? What if you sold from here and take you out or at your stop losses here or here? So we need to confirm. And how do we do that? Again, this is a 1 minute chart. Consider this is a, let's say this is a 30-minute chart. Then you will move to 1 minute, 2 minutes, and you will do that. So here you will need to move to either 5 seconds to confirm that. Excuse me. I'm having a itchy, I don't know, my throat. So here we would be looking for sale, and where is your first target? So how do you scalp? So your first target would be this area. This can be your first target. If you would involve yourself here, let's say the price is reversing from there, and this can be your area where you take your BE or partial, and then this is your target. So can we target this low? Yes, we can. But let's target this first. Maybe you can book 50% or 80% of your whole orders here, and then leave rest 10-20%. Let it run if it wants to run. Who knows if it goes all the way here? This is the area that we would be looking for buy on the daily basis that I have explained earlier. Who knows if it goes all the way down here? So we never know. So this is why I give out that on the group. I said, if you get a good sale before NFP, leave some portion, leave it at B. If prices moves 100, 200, 300 pips away from you, then that's a big win, even if it's just or 10 or 20% of your whole trade. So this is how we build our bias. And why are we targeting this? Because these are all liquidity areas. Already breakout structure. We have a trend line here. I'm not saying that we should use trend line, but the idea is that as soon as this is already formed, there will be people buying on this trend line here. People will be looking to buy here. So the institutions know that people will be looking to buy here because they have succeeded buying here and here. So what they might do, okay, now let's break them. Let's get their stop losses. So people might have stop losses here. Some people will be looking for buy here and stop loss here, taken out. Stop loss here, taken out. Stop loss here, taken out. This is why these are liquidity points, liquidity areas. And the more reason that we are looking for sale, what it may do, something like this. Okay, we had a break, and then it may even comes up higher, something like this. Okay, we had a fake breakout below, so let's buy, and then may dropped again. And what it was doing actually, it came to fulfill its imbalances, inefficiencies, and then it came to mitigate the order. They need to close their orders as I've explained before, so that they can take it lower. So this is why we should always make our trade BE partial book at recent lows so that you can have some profit. So here, what do we see now? So this was the first area we were looking for sale, and what happened? It just went through. We don't have any confirmation. So this is why we need to look for confirmation for sale. If you move this to, let's say, 5 seconds, do you see any wyckoff happening somewhere here? Do you see? No, we didn't get any confirmation. So this is how you can stay away from trades. This is how you can involve yourself in a trade. So this already broke our structure. So this does not matter anymore, but what matters is this wick. This wick is still valid, and where price is coming from this wick. So this is how you can mark different zones where price may come potentially to give you your areas. I won't be involving on this right now because it's already 6th. We have NFP in a couple of like 50 minutes, and let's just see, okay, if this work. Buying climax is just this UT, this is UTAT. If this price does break something like this, and then maybe we can look for sale here. If price breaks this lows here before moving above this area, otherwise we won't be involving on this. This same thing is going to happen in 1 hour, 2 hours, one day, daily, everywhere. So this is why we can involve in a small time frame as low as even 5 seconds, 15, even sometimes 1 second. We can do that. So all right, so guys, we have looked our entries and then our bias for the NFP. So is there any pair you want me to look at? Otherwise we will wrap up.
Can you look at gold?
Sure. Just check my Bitcoin. I've been checking on this. See, okay, I'll get to gold. Let me just explain the Bitcoin that I've sent out on the group. I think I sent you guys yesterday when price was here. I was looking for this break of structure, and then on the move up, I said I will be looking for sale. So this was the first area that I was looking for sale. It didn't happen. And why we are not trapped on this sale? Because we look for confirmation. It did not give. So we didn't need to involve. And also knowing that price may come up here because we have a zone here. It does not mean that price will reverse from here. Again, we will be looking for a confirmation here and see what happened. For 4 hour, I'll be looking somewhere around in 10 minutes for confirmation. So this also I will explain in one of the videos, your time frame. Suppose if you're using 1 hour, which time frame you should be looking at for your entry confirmation. So that also I'll explain. So here this was the zone, and we have a perfect, not perfect exactly, but we have a breakout structure right now. So we have a breakout structure. So that means we can start looking for sale from here. That's what we're waiting. But still, I'm not convinced this. Why? I won't be looking at sales from here. If I miss this, it's okay. I don't need to involve on every pair, on every currency. I'll look something better, which is in my area of interest and which is giving me a perfect wipe off, because there are so many currencies that we can involve ourselves. This has not come to our zone yet, and this is a big zone. And whatever is happening here, whatever it is happening, doing some here, it does not matter to me until and unless it comes here. If this comes and give you some kind of a UTAT here, and then gives you a breakdown, something like this. Let's say this is the buying climax, automatic rally, ST. This is your UTAT, this is your UT, and then it gives you UTAT and break all of the structures here with an impulse. When Wyckoff happens, when Wyckoff break the structure, if that is an impulse move, then you are pretty sure that, okay, right now the institutions have involved. They have started selling heavy here because they want to move this down. So they started heavy selling here. Before the sale, they had to buy. So they need to go up, fill some imbalance, tap into this order block, at the same time closing their orders that they had to buy, which are in negative because of this move. So that is the reason we are having a retracement or a pullback. So if this happens, even though this buying climax selling, all of this are not happening in my zone, we can still go for our sale on retrace of this move. So right now, this is whether UTAT or whether this is UT, we don't know. That is why we are waiting. We're not involving yet. Otherwise, this is a very good zone that we can involve ourselves on Bitcoin. and see what move this do. You could well argue that this is the maybe buying climax, or this is the buying climax automatic rally ST. This is some kind of a UT. This could be the UTAT, and UTAT gives you that break of structure that I was just showing you. And on the retrace, we're looking for that sale here. So when this move happened, what it did, there is a trend line kind of a liquidity here, here, here. It took out the liquidity because people could have been selling here, and yes, they succeeded, right? So May again they tried to sell here, and that's when they got stop out, and still the price went down after taking out their orders. So if you can extend this, what do you see? You still see that this was a fake breakout, we could say, and then people are looking for sale here because this was fake. Now it's come back inside. Maybe we'll sell here. Forget about all the order blocks and everything. Just look at the trend line. Maybe people are looking to sell here, and what happens? Price may just move all the way up. That is why again we need to look for confirmation. Otherwise, it may just move out, taking all these liquidities, if we like this, and then where it is targeting, because price can still target this area. So that is why we need to look for that confirmation. All right, let's go to gold. So what do we have on the daily chart? Okay, see here. Price has been bullish on this point, and then price has been bearish here, and right now we are in this range. So forget about all the previous things. This is why we don't look for support and resistance, because that do not concern us. So what happened in the last recent move? Just see. It break the structure here with this move, indicating that this is turning bullish up until here. So we break the structure here, and then on the retrace, this broke the structure below, but still it hasn't broken this. It hasn't came to this. In fact, I think it came and tapped. Okay, not yet. So until this breaks and breaks down, we're going to remain bullish till here. So it broke the structure, it came down, and it started breaking again. All of this. So turning bullish here on a move down, respecting this, and again breaking structure here, bullish here, still respecting this. Until this is invalidated and broken, we won't be looking for sale. Of course, in a smaller time frame, you can involve yourself or buy and sell anywhere. But looking at this from this daily chart, so what we're expecting here, this is one area that we would be expecting, and this is one area that we can expect ourselves. So what do we have here? This is NFP, guys. What do we have here? We broke the trend line here, taking out all the buyers here, all the stop losses here, took out, and then it moved up. It's already grabbed the liquidity, and it's been bullish up until where? Up until this area. We are bullish. It's been bullish, and it's been printing bullish, and this move down took out all the liquidities, and it's moving up. So it's indicating that it may want to go bullish So we should not be surprised if today gold shoots up. But that is not the area where we want to involve. It's okay if you miss all these pips. It's all right. Let it do. What if you involve with no stop loss and you bought here and price move all the way here? What if you sold and price moves all the way up? How long are you going to wait for it to come back? How much can you afford? It's not worth it. If you know that on by waiting just for by your patience, let the price play however it want to. Once it's been stuck here, let it move either out or down. That's when we can involve ourselves, buy or sell, and the pips do not matter because our stop losses are very tight. With that, we can earn 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. You have seen me doing that. I've updated you guys on the group. How much pips does not matter. How many RR does. If you involve here with your stop loss here and then bought, this is an FP can move like this, like this. It's not worth it. It's like 1:1, and the spreads are horrible. This is why I do not involve. But I'm not saying that you should not. You can if you want to. That is your own choice. So the idea is gold. If it gives a breaks out of here, then on the retrace we can look for buy. Otherwise, I won't be involving on this really. I'll wait for structures on this. Let's see what we have on the smaller time frame. Just remove this. We are breaking the structure here with this move. Just forget this move, okay? Just take here. This move broke the structure here. Hence, believing that this is turning bearish until here or even here. And this is even trapping the smart money traders right here because on this move right here on this block or this block or the block, we would be looking for sale because of this break of structure, and then it just moves up. So right now we are printing bullish. If price comes to this area or this area, we would be looking for buys, but that's way out of the line right now because it's an FP. So let's just wait for price to play out what it wants, and then we will involve. If I see anything interesting on this after an FP, I will update on the group. All right. So is there any other pair? Maybe we can look at one more before we lock off.
GBP USD.
All right. Just give me a moment. Okay. I think. Okay. USD. This is the daily chart. Oh, it's very interesting. Okay, ZBP USD. I think back 2 months ago, I think it was. This is April somewhere. I think somewhere here. November. Nope. October. Maybe somewhere here. I gave you a sale swing on GBP USD on the group before this group was made. On the TP group, I gave a swing sale. Why? We can just look. Let's say we look from here. We broke the structure here. So from where we're expecting sale, either from somewhere here or from, okay, this would be the area that I would have looked for a sale on the break of this structure right here. But we also have a structure here. I would have seen it kind of as a liquidity, but it did came from here. So since you have an idea about how the liquidity and imbalances work, what do you see here? Why price reverse from here? Do you see liquidity here? It broke, it grabbed all the liquidities, moves down. It served its purpose. So that's fine. If this zone did not help, if this it did not came to this, that's fine. Price is not always going to mitigate or always going to fulfill all that imbalances. It's fine. That is why we have our zones that we can mark. And then we have a break of structure here. Since we have the break of structure, from where it is coming? Here. So we could have involved ourselves from somewhere here. And then see, we got this huge swing sale we got. I did kind of like this in the last webinar also, where we just took a random chart and we replayed. And now we have a break of structure here. We have a break of structure here. So what's the expectation when price returns to this, either this area or this area or this area? We look for sale. Price did not hold back. It kept pushing. So it crossed here, we crossed here, we crossed here, now it's here. And from where it is reversing? From this zone. So tell me, how easy is swing trading with smart money? We won't even need confirmation because this huge block, huge zone, and this is a daily chart. So there is 100, I don't know, but there's so many orders. So it holds. Most of the time you will see in a higher time frame an order block holds. So this is the reason, because they have so many orders. They cannot close everything at once. So they push it down, and right now, let me just remove these things. In fact, let me remove all of this. Wait, I can't, sorry. So what are we expecting? Can we still expect price to come here? Here? Yes, because why? This move did not break here. If it would have broke the structure here, then on the retrace, we could have been looking for a buy. But instead, this broke the structure here. So this is a liquidity where price want to go. So this move, it does not matter what it do here, unless it breaks above this or this. Whatever happens here, it does not matter to us. This is a liquidity, this is a protected high. That is our bias on this particular time frame in this area. So that's what we're looking at. And let's see, let's move in to our smaller time frame. So now price can do either break out of this or comes down. We don't know because it's an FP, but for me, I'm still bearish on this because we have been printing bearish move, and these are liquidities now. This is liquidity, this is liquidity. So where is the next proper order block? Maybe this area. Just show you. So this is why you need to view the structures in such a way that you analyze in a multi-time frame. Okay, what are you seeing here? Wyckoff accumulation, selling climax, automatic selling climax, automatic rally, ST, sign of strength, STB, again sign of strength. Your spring potentially and then it gives this huge breakout. So what are we expecting? This is the wake off that is happening right here. We have the spring and then this. So what is our next expectation? Price gives somehow like this and then moves up. This is the expectation. So if this is your expectation, where price might come, you start to find your order blocks like this, like this. This is how you analyze swings. So even if price reverse from here, that's fine. Even from here, that's fine. But our expectation is that price still needs to go lower in terms of this movement, in terms of this structure movement. So that is why we are still expecting bearish regardless of the news outcome. Whatever the news out, this move right from here, this move from this move, it may reverse from here, from here, from here. I don't know. Nobody knows except the institution. So this move that is going to happen here, this pullback, it's going to happen whether there is NFP or there is Corona, whatever the case, whatever it is, this is bound to happen and it will happen. Maybe NFP gives us an interest rate decision or a war gives us that opportunity to move down, or again a severe more virus, whatever it is, those will be used as a catalyst to make this move. But with or without them, this move is bound to happen. This is why I say news is not important. Why? Because price cannot just move up like this, like this. That way we'll just buy and then leave it. Then that's not market. It has to give that structure. So let's just look at the small time frame of this. Where are the areas we are interested? You see this move, right? This candle. This was their interest rate decision from what 25 0.25 to 0.5. They increase their rate and see the reaction of the market. Even with that kind of good news, why is price reversing? Even me, even I would have, and even some of you maybe, and there are lots and lots of other traders who may not be, able to hold their emotions or who are not yet fully experienced. What they see this move and then this reverse, right? They see this move and then on this reverse, won't you buy here? Definitely, because of that news was interest rate decision of a country from 0.25 to 0.50. That's a frigging huge news, good news. So we'll be buying it definitely. We would have bought, and maybe there will be people who bought here, 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 and then thinking that okay, this is very good news, and price is gonna all the way because we are printing bullish. We broke the structure here. Maybe they are thinking like that. And what is price doing? Dropping everything. So where can we expect that move upside? If today, if it is very negative for DXY, and I'm not saying that that would be the case, even if it's negative, price can just do the reverse because the banks, the institution, it does not matter to them. This move, they can just take it out instant like this, see what's happening, and they can just take this up or down. So it's better we wait for what the banks wants to do. Let them do, and we wait for footprints to to show us, and then we involve. So here, if we are to involve in NFP, just buying and selling uh, uh, at the start of the news. News is releasing at 6, and then just buying and selling at 6 is a gambling, I would call, because you don't know what the news is, and even if you know the news, you don't know what the banks are going to do. So that's gambling. It's better just flip a coin. If it heads, buy. If it's tail, sell. You do that with an edge over a time, you will be profitable. That would be better. So here, maybe you can for a buy here on this, or even here, and with the NFP history, so this is just hundreds, and that is very possible that they will just move that. So I won't even buy here. I would wait for it here. If it comes somewhere here, then I will buy with just a very tight stop loss and not a huge amount, just a small amount, because on the retrace I want to involve. And if we're selling, where do you expect? I will sail somewhere here. If it is sale, why? Because it has already broke the structure here, structure here, structure here, and then it's moving up. And it's only natural that since this move down did not break the structure, it's only natural that on the move side, we're expecting this is a liquidity right now. This is what I'm talking about. This could be the structure they are printing, but within this, what do you see? So this is why I say the most important thing when you start is structure. What do you see here? That's what you're seeing here. I know it may seem like a little bit complicated. Uh, so even on this structure, you have multiple pullbacks, higher highs and higher lows. And on this pullback, this has turned bearish on this structure. Do you see? This is a bearish structure. So are we safe to assume that this bearish is going to continue forever, knowing that this is a bullish move? So when this bearish structure meets with our bullish order block, that's when we should reconsider whether that order block is going to hold the movement or it's going to reverse. So that is why we need to have an idea of the structures. Only then we will be able to involve ourselves. This applies to every time frame on 1 minute, 5 minute. This is why you cannot just buy a sale on an order block. You need to confirm. On top of that, you need to have your structures already inside your head. This zone is going to hold, okay, because this is so and so. All of those you need to be preoccupied, pre-analyzed already, and then you involved. All right, guys. I think we have gone too much for today. I hope this helped you. Don't worry about the structures and refining zones and all of this. I'll be putting out videos on YouTube. In fact, that video on liquidity is out right now. So that is kind of an introduction. And I'll be putting imbalance mitigation, all that in a short video so that you can use it as a reference time to time when you need it. And then we will be combining all of that, and I will be putting up a little bit of a introduction on structures, because structures again will be a part of the private mentorship, because this is the most important part. And yeah, so we'll wind up here. Is there anything else that I can cover you want me to look at? Otherwise we're gonna wind up.
At the moment, no. We can finish for today.
All right, guys, thank you for your presence. I hope this helped you. Enjoy. All the best for NFP.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.